Greetings, adventurers. This is DM Curt, and for Curt's Critters, we're at Volume C. Now, Fiend Folio, late 70s, had some really interesting creatures. 3 of them in the C category that never made it to 5e, but were interesting in their own way. First, Cifal, C-I-F-A-L. It was an insect swarm that kind of mounted itself up to come at you in a humanoid shape as it forms this vaguely 2 arms, 2 legs-ish kind of thing. It comes at you. Kind of interesting. The author of that particular monster had to come up with a new set of mechanics for how that thing would take damage, because it wouldn't be the same as just stabbing an orc. You know, you got to figure out how to destroy this thing, and you'd have to do it kind of differently. But I never really used one. Additionally, Crypt Thing. It was a skeleton in robes hanging out in a dungeon. And his special ability is teleport one party member 1,000 feet away in any direction. Now, if your party comes across an undead thing and it casts a spell and one of your dudes just disappears, you're probably assuming disintegration. And you're going to panic. Now that's panic run away, or it's panic try to attack this thing and hopefully kill it, then we'll deal with, before it can do the same thing to us. Oh no, we're all going to die. No, you may or may not link up again, and it's a non-lethal attack, technically. Unless it drops you someplace inhospitable. Which it could. Never split the party, huh? Well, this is forcibly splitting the party, which could be harmless and could be most deadly. But no, the third sea creature from Fiend Folio, one that I've actually used, it was mentioned in Against the Cult of the Reptile Gods, and it's the Coffer corpse. So it's a zombie-like creature, but it's fast. It's aggressive, and it's not just shambling at you. No, this thing is trying to come up to you and strangle you. It fully intends on choking the life out of you. And you can't return the favor because you can't strangle something that doesn't need to breathe. Now, I used one of these things, and I kind of crossed it with the Juju Zombie from 2nd edition. Remember, Fiend Folio's 1st edition. And I gave it the level drain ability, life drain ability, of the Juju Zombie. So this was quite panicky as this thing that I called the Grey Strangler, you know, jumped on the fighter and was strangling him, and everybody started panicking. You know, this thing's not taking full damage from our weapons. The 2nd edition group that I threw this thing against, it killed the cleric. It just one-shotted, grabbed, and snapped the neck of the cleric, and everybody started panicking as then it went to the fighter next. Now we can't cast Turn Undead because it killed the cleric first. Oh no. No, this was a fun creature. Having a zombie-like creature that strangles and uses level drain. Pretty spooky. This is kind of why I like the white from 5e. It was in older editions, but it's one of my favorite undead creatures because, you know, it's about a CR2, 4 hit dice, has level drain, and 2 attacks per round with a weapon. So you have something that's intelligent and deadly, and it can be scaled up from a CR2 to, you know, 8, 9, 10, depending on whether it was a former swordsman of excellence in life, or whether it was a former wizard before it became undead, because you don't have to just go straight from skeleton and zombie to lich and death knight. A white modified will put you somewhere in the middle. But anyway, yeah, that's for C. This is for 3 kind of interesting creatures that never made it to 5e: the Cifal, the Coffer corpse, and the Crypt Thing. So hopefully this gives you a few ideas for some of the things you might want to throw against your players. even if they're not creatures from the edition you're playing. You could always put them in there with a little bit of stat modification. DM Curt, out.